This video is huge because we have every single PlayStation 5 version here. We have the original PlayStation 5, we have the PS5 Slim, and we have the PlayStation 5 Pro as well. We're gonna see the spec difference, talk about the 3 different models. We're gonna talk about my personal point of view with each model, which ones are the best to buy, and let's just have a general chat about the PlayStation 5 in 2024 and beyond. With the original PS5, I was so excited with this console. Like, we got the true next gen, we got the 4K gameplay up to 8K resolution of output, 120 frames per second, a very powerful console with the ray tracing. It really blew a lot of people's minds. And then throughout this lineup, we even have the increase with the Slim model, and then the PS5 Pro, which is now putting high fidelity mode and performance mode together in one box right here. It is incredible. So that's my introduction. I love the PlayStation, as you guys know. Let's talk about the specs. The original PlayStation 5 came out absolutely smashing it with many different covers, many different accessories, the DualSense controller. It has been incredible. With Spider-Man 2 coming out, there was the special edition model of the PlayStation 5, which is near and dear to my heart. I got it straight away and I love the design. There is nothing with the Slim and the Pro that comes close with the design of these covers. I absolutely love them. Look at it. It's just fantastic. And it's a hole-in-one cover design. It's a little bit bigger than the other PlayStations, but it's still near and dear to my heart because I love the design of it. It looks absolutely incredible. It's still my main driver of a lot of my original games. The only thing that it has in its drawback is the amount of storage that it has, which does improve with the later generations of the PlayStation 5s. The things I absolutely love about this console, for example, is the USB inputs. We've got the USB Type A and Type C at the front, which I can use for like SSD drives. I could use for extra accessories such as the Logitech racing wheels, for example. I could use for all of those accessories at the front. Just plug it in, make it easy. There's a lot of PlayStation accessories that still require that USB attachment. So, you know, having that USB attachment has just been fantastic. The space of it hasn't been too bad. Definitely improved on the internal storage and external storage, but I've completely gone through them all with the amount of games that I've got with the PlayStation. So I'm always having to upgrade the storage with this PlayStation, which is something that they've improved with the later versions. 825 gigabytes of storage. Of course, it comes with the AMD Zen 2 processor, which is the same CPU as they have in all of the generations of the PlayStation 5. This features around a 10 to 11 teraflops of GPU, which has been also improved on with the later generation of the PlayStation 5 as well. But it definitely was a step up with the PlayStation 4. This featured ray tracing for the first time. It's definitely an increase from the PlayStation 4 to the PlayStation 5, especially even the PS4 Pro, where it was even struggling with certain games and load times. This definitely smashed it out the park with better internal load times and frame rates altogether. It was pretty great. And we even had the difference between high fidelity mode and the performance mode, and we get to choose which mode we like more. Do we want more frame rate or do we want more graphical performance? That was the choice that we had, which has been improved with the late generations still as well. But that's what we featured with this PlayStation. It also features a disk drive, which is something that a lot of people complain about the latest generation. Like, you know how this one has the disk drive already inbuilt. There is a digital version, but everyone loved the disc version because reselling games, for example, or just having physical media. Still, people love physical media, so that is something that we love. And I love just the cover selections or the DualSense controller selections. Like, I love the cover selections, the way you can customize the look of the PlayStation 5 original as well. That was something that was really stood out to me with the original PlayStation. That's what I really loved. Yes, it's a little bit bigger. That was the biggest drawback of it. Then the PS5 Slim came out, and the PS5 Slim was this interesting in-between with the PlayStation models. So the PS5 Slim does offer that disc drive, but also the digital edition with an unmountable disc drive allowed to have with the PlayStation. Two different types of finishes with the covers as well, which is quite interesting. So we had a matte finish and then we had a shiny finish with half of the PlayStation. So I did replace the covers because I felt like I didn't like the design of the two different finishes with the covers. So that's why I got the Midnight Blacks. Overall, it's a pretty decent PlayStation. They improved on the storage with 1 terabyte of storage. It's the same CPU, it's the same GPU, it's just in a smaller box, pretty much. It's in a smaller presentation, pretty much, where they managed to shrink all the parts and make it a slimline model. And it works the same. It has the same processing amount, has the same CPU amount, has a little bit better storage as well, so it's definitely an improvement upon the PlayStation. You know, a lot of people would probably go for the Slim if it was your first PS5, because they've taken the original PlayStation 5 off the shelves and they're really only offering the PS5 Slim and the PS5 Pro these days. So this is going to be a cheaper model to get, and I've seen some deals even now being like, you can get a PS5 Pro for $600 in Australia. So this is a great model for a lot of people. It's smaller, so it can fit into a lot more spaces. It works the same as a normal PlayStation 5, has the same software and everything. So it's still a great PlayStation, and you have different covers that you could select with. You just don't have that USB port at the front, same as the original PlayStation. That was the biggest drawback. You still got some USB ports at the back for like your SSDs or stuff like USB accessories. Maybe that's not enough, just having 2 at the back. So I wish there was more at the front with the USB type ALCs. For a PlayStation, it's just a slimmer model of a PlayStation. It was just because I had all of my original games on the original PlayStation that I decided to stick with my original PlayStation more than the PS5 Slim. Now we have the PS5 Pro. The PS5 Pro is really, really good. It's just very expensive. A lot of people complain a lot about the price of the PS5 Pro, but we are still willing to pay for the PS5 Pro. So, you know what? It's still smashing it. So this console is a little bit bigger than the PS5 Slim, but what it offers is a better GPU. So we have 16 teraflops of GPU. So it's a massive improvement over the 10 to 11 teraflops that we had with the original PS5 and the PS5 Slim. So we have better performance overall. And its main goal is to join performance mode and high fidelity mode together, so we get better frame rates and better performance in terms of graphics together. And that just means even better ray tracing, even better shadows, even better reflections while playing games. I've seen some screenshots from stuff like Spider-Man 2 that'll just absolutely blow your mind. Like, it looks absolutely incredible with reflections, for example. And there's a selected amount of games that you can get with this console that will give you better resolution and better performance overall. There's a selected amount. I wish they would expand on it, but for now, it's pretty good. We got The Last of Us, you got Spider-Man 2, for example, and you got God of War Ragnarok, for example, as well. Like, a lot of the AAA games have just been updated with this console, but they've also updated some previous gen games, such as the last Horizon's New Dawn, which they've increased the price of. But the main drawback is it has no disk drive. There is a way to attach a disk drive to the PS5, the cover of it. There's no other covers for the PS5 Pro at the moment, from what I know of, so that's a drawback as well. But I do like the finish. I do like the design as well. Like, it doesn't bother me about these mid lines. We got a whole finish with the whole matte finish as well with the design. I like it. It looks slick. It looks great, and I'm actually transferring a lot of my games over now to the PS5 Pro because it does offer better storage. It offers 2 terabytes of storage inbuilt, which has just been a great increase for storage capacity for just general gameplay. It's just been great. So I've been transferring all my favorite games, such as like Red Dead Redemption 2, which deserves a PS5 Pro remake. And also stuff like the Assassin's Creed games, for example, that I'm playing a lot. you know, you'll just get faster load times, you get better performance overall, but you know, it still features the same CPU. What it does have also is ability of Wi-Fi 7, so you get faster download speeds with the PS5 Pro as well, which is better because it is a digital only console, but it's not something that people have mentioned, that it does have the Wi-Fi 7 capability as well. Overall, I do like the console because I like the idea of having the Pro level games. I like how they've remastered a lot of games for the PS5 Pro as well, so it's been quite good that they've selected certain games for it to have the pro level performance. For me though, I'm starting to actually transfer a lot of my games across to the PS5 Pro and using this now as my main driver, just because the storage capability and you have the choice of the pro level gameplay of games that I've already got digitally, such as Spider-Man 2. Yeah, it just offers that better resolution for those games for a free upgrade. Like, I haven't had to pay extra to get that performance out of the PS5, so that's been great. I'm now using the PS5 Pro as my main driver just because of its current capabilities. If you've got it, you might as well use the Pro level. If I was starting again, what would I choose? So if I was really starting again with the PlayStation 5 lineup, I might go for the Slim, because the Slim offers the same gameplay as the original PlayStation 5 in a slimmer model. It also comes in bundles with great deals, especially Black Friday deals or Cyber Monday deals, for example. So you get a lot of really good discounts, or even the pre-owned versions of the PlayStation 5. PS5 Slim might be the best for you because the PS5 is an older model while the PS5 Slim is sort of sitting in the middle there. So I feel like the PS5 Slim would work really well for a lot of people. If you do really honestly want the Pro capabilities, then yes, the PS5 Pro is for you. It's just going to be a little bit bigger than the PS5 Slim. That's my honest answer. I feel like the PS5 Slim would be the greatest console for a lot of people because it's the perfect size. Like, it's not too big. It's got 1 TB of storage. Works the exact same as all the other PlayStations. You just don't have the enhancements of that performance and high fidelity mode, but for the cost, it's going to be the better PlayStation to go with. But at the end of the day, I am moving towards the PS5 Pro personally because it has that extra storage, has the PS5 Pro capabilities, a better GPU, and let me know your thoughts down below.